In a world of hidden agendas and international intrigue, there exists a group of individuals dedicated to protecting Australia's interests. They are the Australian Secret Intelligence Service, better known as ASIS. Tasked with gathering intelligence overseas, ASIS operates in the shadows, their work often shrouded in secrecy. While their missions may remain largely unknown, their impact on Australia's national security is undeniable. From the Cold War to the fight against terrorism, ASIS has played a vital role in keeping Australia safe. For decades, ASIS has been Australia's silent protector, working tirelessly to identify and counter threats before they reach Australian shores. They are the eyes and ears of the nation in foreign lands, gathering information that helps shape Australia's foreign policy and security strategies. Their work is often dangerous and always demanding, requiring a unique blend of courage, intellect, and unwavering dedication to their country. The story of ASIS begins in the aftermath of World War II. The world was a different place, gripped by the tensions of the emerging Cold War. Australia, recognizing the need for a dedicated foreign intelligence service, established ASIS in 1952. However, its existence was kept top secret, hidden from the Australian public and even its own parliament. The early years of ASIS were marked by a focus on the Asia-Pacific region, particularly Southeast Asia. The rise of communism in the region posed a significant threat to Australia's interest, and ASIS was tasked with gathering intelligence on these emerging communist movements. Operating under a veil of secrecy, ASIS officers worked tirelessly in the shadows, their efforts often going unnoticed but proving crucial to Australia's understanding of the region. ASIS plays a critical role in safeguarding Australia's national interests. Their primary function is to gather foreign intelligence, providing the Australian government with the information it needs to make informed decisions on matters of national security. This includes intelligence on terrorism, foreign espionage activities, and regional instability. But ASIS is more than just a collector of information. They also conduct covert operations overseas, disrupting threats to Australia's interests before they materialize. These operations are highly sensitive and often dangerous, requiring meticulous planning and execution. The specifics of these operations are rarely, if ever, revealed to the public, adding to the air of mystery surrounding ASIS. The work of ASIS can be broadly categorized into three main areas: human intelligence, signals intelligence, and covert action. Human intelligence, or HUMINT, involves recruiting and running human sources overseas. These sources provide ASIS with valuable insights into the inner workings of foreign governments, organizations, and criminal networks. Signals intelligence, or SIGINT, focuses on intercepting and analyzing electronic communications. This includes everything from radio transmissions to internet traffic. SIGINT provides ASIS with a wealth of information on foreign activities and intentions. Finally, covert action involves taking secret actions to influence events overseas. This can range from sabotage to supporting foreign opposition groups. Covert action is a highly sensitive and controversial aspect of ASIS's work, requiring careful consideration and oversight. Section 5. Secrets in the Archipelago ASIS and the Indonesian Confrontation. One of the earliest tests for ASIS came in the 1960s with the Indonesian Confrontation. Indonesia, under President Sukarno, launched a campaign of military and diplomatic pressure against the newly formed Federation of Malaysia. Australia, a staunch ally of Malaysia, found itself drawn into the conflict. ASIS played a vital role in this conflict, providing intelligence on Indonesian military movements and intentions. They also conducted covert operations in support of Malaysian and British forces. The details of these operations remain largely classified, but it is clear that ASIS played a significant role in helping to contain the conflict and protect Australian interests. Section 6. The spy who came in from the Cold War, ASIS, during the Soviet era. The Cold War dominated the global landscape for decades, and ASIS was on the front lines of this ideological struggle. The Soviet Union and its allies posed a significant threat to Western interests, and ASIS worked tirelessly to counter Soviet influence around the world. They recruited agents, intercepted communications, and conducted covert operations to disrupt Soviet activities. One notable operation during this era involved the defection of a high-ranking Soviet intelligence officer to Australia. Vladimir Petrov, a KGB operative stationed in Canberra, defected to Australia in 1955 with the help of ASIS. Petrov's defection was a major coup for the West, providing valuable insights into the inner workings of the Soviet intelligence apparatus. Section 7. From the Balkans to the Middle East, ASIS in the new millennium. The end of the Cold War did not bring an end to global threats. If anything, the world became more complex and dangerous, with new challenges emerging in various hotspots around the globe. ASIS adapted to this new environment, shifting its focus to address threats such as terrorism, weapons proliferation, and regional instability. The September 11th attacks on the United States marked a turning point in global security. Terrorism became a top priority for intelligence agencies around the world, including ASIS. ASIS played a vital role in the international effort to combat terrorism, particularly in Southeast Asia, where groups like Jemaah Islamiyah posed a direct threat to Australian interests. Section 8. Cyber Shadows and Global Threats, ASIS in the 21st Century. In the 21st century, the intelligence landscape continues to evolve at an unprecedented pace. The rise of cyber warfare and the proliferation of advanced technologies have created new challenges and opportunities for intelligence agencies. ASIS has had to adapt to this new reality, developing new capabilities to counter these emerging threats. Cybersecurity has become a top priority for ASIS. They are tasked with protecting Australia's critical infrastructure from cyber attacks, as well as gathering intelligence on the cyber capabilities of foreign adversaries. ASIS also plays a role in combating online extremism and propaganda, working to counter the influence of terrorist groups and other malicious actors in the digital realm. Section 9. The Price of Secrecy, Controversies, and Accountability. The clandestine nature of ASIS's work has inevitably led to controversy over the years. Operating in the shadows, with little public scrutiny, raises concerns about accountability and the potential for abuse. There have been allegations of ASIS involvement in human rights abuses and illegal activities, prompting calls for greater transparency and oversight. In response to these concerns, the Australian government has taken steps to strengthen the oversight of ASIS. The Inspector General of Intelligence and Security, or IGIS, was established in 1989 to provide independent oversight of Australia's intelligence agencies, including ASIS. The IGIS has the power to investigate complaints against ASIS and to make recommendations for improvement. Section 10. The Future of Espionage, ASIS and the Evolving Intelligence Landscape. The world of espionage is constantly evolving. New threats are emerging, technologies are advancing, and the geopolitical landscape is in constant flux. ASIS must continuously adapt to stay ahead of the curve, developing new capabilities and strategies to meet these challenges. The future of ASIS will likely be shaped by several key trends, including the rise of artificial intelligence, the increasing importance of cybersecurity, and the growing rivalry between major powers. ASIS will need to leverage new technologies such as AI and machine learning to enhance its intelligence gathering and analysis capabilities. Section 11. Guardians of the Nation, the enduring importance of ASIS. In an increasingly uncertain world, the work of ASIS has never been more important. They are the silent guardians of the nation, working tirelessly to protect Australia's interests and keep its citizens safe. While their work may remain largely hidden from public view, their contributions to Australia's national security are undeniable. As the world becomes more complex and dangerous, the importance of a strong and effective intelligence service will only continue to grow. ASIS, with its long and distinguished history, is well positioned to meet these challenges and continue its vital role in safeguarding Australia's future. Their courage, dedication, and unwavering commitment to their country make them true unsung heroes, working tirelessly in the shadows to protect the nation they have sworn to serve.